B96 hanging out on the Comcast couch once again. We have him live. Is this your first time in Chicago?
It is not my first time in Chicago, but it's my first time with you guys.
Oh, well, welcome, man. Ryan Leslie chilling right now.
Yeah,
on the
man, I
Comcast
haven't done
couch.
Chicago until I do B96, right?
Yeah,
Definitely, bro.
Absolutely. Now, real quick, man, Ryan Leslie, dude, first of all, we love the single Diamond Girl.
Thank you.
Super hot song. I got to ask you, we're fans of freestyle. Did the old freestyle version of Diamond Girl, did you want to write a song called that? Do you even know that exists? Or?
No, I knew it existed.
Okay.
Definitely knew it existed because a lot of girls that came by the studio once I did this record, and they were always singing the other one.
Right.
Yeah, until we converted them.
Right,
now they're believers.
Right.
Yeah, now they're believers.
When I first saw it on the internet, I was like, oh, is it a remake of Diamond Girl, the one that we grew up to? But you did a real cool thing, Diamond Girl, the one I put my rock. What's the lyric?
Yeah, you're the one I put the rock on. Yeah.
Awesome, so cool.
Yeah.
It's such a great concept.
Thanks, bro.
Let's talk about how that song came together, man.
Well, I mean, honestly, music is like my wife.
Right.
My wife is extremely jealous, but
But it's cool to have two wives, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I thought I was gonna be able to pull it off. I thought I was gonna actually be able to pull it off, have two, and the actual real live woman version left. So,
okay.
So I just stuck with music, and I went into the studio.
Sad story, man. All right.
Yeah, I went into the studio. Actually,
my dog died when I was little too, man. Don't worry about a thing. You get over it.
Yeah, is that you wrote a song about it?
Yeah, her name was Crackers.
Okay.
So I mean, can you want to write a song about her?
Yeah, Okay.
I don't think Crackers would be a great title for any song right now. But let's go back.
That was my dog's name.
That's great, man. Let's talk back to Ryan Leslie. Let's talk about your.
Honestly, I went into the studio actually to write this sad, sappy, "Baby Come Back to Me" song, and wasn't arriving at anything, and was so frustrated. I just ran my hand over the keyboard, and that's actually the basis of the track.
Yeah.
And I ended up, why fight the feeling if it's going somewhere and it feels good? That's where we ended up. Diamond Girl, and she still hasn't come back, but she's definitely reminded every time she turns on the radio.
Right?
Hey, wait a second, man. As the bank account gets bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah.
Of course I miss you, man.
Yeah, of course. I'll be your Diamond Girl, baby.
And that's you talked about it moments ago about you with your fingers across the keyboard.
Yeah.
If you go to your YouTube page,
you can see the making of it.
The making of it, and it's cool because like a lot of people don't understand that you can make beats doing anything. Like me going like that can be a beat on one of your new songs, but you had a plastic cup, put some change in it.
Yeah.
Shook it in front of the mic. Tell them what you do with that, man.
Yeah, it was a record. Really, I had a good relationship with a lot of the mixtape DJs in New York, so they asked me to do something exclusive for them. And before I heard the 50 Cent record, I thought a cool concept would be I Guess Money, and I wanted to actually use the sound of money in the record. So I was shaking some change onto it. Y'all can check it out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RyanLeslieTV. Look for I Guess Money.
And then when you're doing that whole video, it's just you in the MySpace, the YouTube account.
Yeah.
But you're talking to yourself.
Yeah.
In the thing, which is very cool and creative. That you're like, hey, put another bar in the 16 beat in front. It shows you doing it.
It shows you wearing different hats. You're an artist. You're a producer. You're an engineer. You're all those things, and you edited the video to like you're talking to yourself, right?
Yeah, 100%. And that's actually what the concept of this album is actually I'm toying with the name of the album being Ryan Leslie's Maniacal Musical Mind, just because in the studio I really feel like I'm in another place, and
so you
I
got
can
that
be
Harvard education going right there. I don't even know what that word means. I don't know how to spell
maniacal,
it.
Maniac.
I love that title, but we could not pronounce that probably. So couldn't you like Ryan Leslie, the self-titled?
Before I came in here, they told me how smart you guys were.
Yeah, well,
they lie. We lie here in the Midwest, man.
One thing we do know a lot about is Pretty Girls, and you were actually the guy behind Cassie and the launch of her career. Let's talk about how you met Cassie and stuff, and also
can I have her phone number?
Yeah,
definitely.
No, definitely can't have her phone number.
Jot that down when you're talking about it right now.
Definitely can't get the phone number. She would kill me.
All right, fine.
Especially now she's in the March issue of GQ. She's got like a 3-page spread. She just did her movie, Step Up to the Streets, February 14th. It came out, broke records at the box office. I think number 2, 29 million in the first 3 days. So
could you just have her area code of her cell phone?
I'll guess the rest. Let's talk about how that relationship happened and how you discovered her and how you got her to Bad Boy.
Right. Well, honestly, I've been working with Puffy for a while. I did a lot of records with him. I did the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack with him, a Beyonce record, Loon record. Cool. I did the New Edition record. I did Sherry Dennis record. So I did a bunch of records with him. And he always taught me if I wanted to get a deal, that I needed to get something hot in the streets. And, he's the king of doing that. And so when I ended up signing Cassie after doing a stint with Usher. Because he was doing his label at J Records. He heard the New Edition record I did.
Which one did you do, by the way? Which one?
I did the record called Hot Tonight.
Oh,
New
okay,
Edition.
the single.
The single.
Right, cool.
Yeah. Wrote and produced it. Nice. And he heard that record, and he had a guy group called One Chance. And he said, look, Ryan, my group needs something like that. So I went down to Atlanta, did like 3-4 records with him, and he's actually my age. So when I saw he was doing the kind of the entrepreneurial thing and trying to do a label, I said, hey, maybe it's time for me to do that. And I started scouting when I got back to New York. Met Cassie at a couple of the events that I was attending. Right. And we cut a couple of records, 4 records, one of them being Me and You. And we
Which
got
was only number 1, right?
Oh, my goodness.
The biggest song ever.
The biggest song ever.
Insane. And I mean, a lot of it has to do with just her vibe, her charisma. I mean, she's just really just a magical personality. And, we got that record hot in New York City. And actually, Puffy was in a club. And my man, Rich Dollars, he breaks records in clubs for me and on Mix Show and radio. And he heard this record. We pulled it back like 5, 6, 7, 8 times on him. Wow. And he's like, yo, what's this record? Somebody nudged him and said, hey, that's Ryan's artist. Yeah. And he called me the next day and said, look, Ryan, good job. You got it hot. Now I want to do the deal. And I said, well, you also taught me this. If I'm going to do a deal with you, you got to give me an offer I can't refuse. Nice. And he did it.
Right.
And
Nice.
Definitely. And that's the first Next Selection artist, Next Selection Bad Boy. And then from there, other labels started courting, and now we have Next Selection Universal, and that's why I'm here. I'm part of my own deal, Next Selection Universal. Great. I got 2 other acts, Mia Rose, who I signed from YouTube, and then another cat by the name of Eunice, who's from Canada. So.
And isn't that crazy, like the success that a lot of artists can achieve now from YouTube, from MySpace? I mean, if you go back 10, 15 years ago, there was no way. People were on cassettes, dropping them off to people, hoping that they would just listen to it one chance, have that one chance. And now you can just drop something on YouTube and you can be signed, Soulja Boy. I mean, 10 minutes later, you got something.
No, I tell artists all the time, man, that the internet is really your own channel. It's your own distribution platform. So anything that you want to get out there. And also, it's a great way to let labels know if you actually really want to go ahead and be signed to a label. So all y'all young artists that are listening and want to be part of Next Election, I'm checking YouTube. And if you got a great response from your audience on there, from the music and the creativity and the different content that you're putting, definitely people are going to call it.
Are you looking at, because obviously we have a lot of people in Chicago that want to be signed and stuff, so it's kind of cool. Yeah. What's your MySpace, by the way? Let's put it out there.
MySpace.com/Ryan Leslie, RyanLeslie.